Our next reader is Mr. Jeff Parker, who I am personally quite partial to just because he gives good hugs. Also, he was, a teacher at one point of mine, and still is. Haha. Jeff Parker, a former skateboarder, former kitchen worker, primarily pizza, Tex-Mex, barbecue, former resident of Florida's Redneck Riviera, which is quite a wonderful part of the state, frequent traveler to Russia, admirer of beers and walking in the woods, author of the novel Oven Man, which came out with Tin House, and the story collection The Taste of Penny, which is a Zank book. His short fiction and nonfiction have appeared in American Short Fiction, The Best American Non-Required Reading, Indiana Review, Plowshares, Tin House, The Walrus, and others, as though you need others. That's a pretty damn good list. With artist William Pauhida, he collaborated on the collection of stories and images, The Back of the Line. He co-edited anthologies Raskazi, New Fiction from a New Russia, which came out with Tin House, and America, Russian Writers View the United States, which was with the Dalkey Archive. He is currently the director of the Creative Writing Program, MFA program at the University of Tampa. Let's have a round of applause for Jeff Parker.
Thank you. Thanks, Jared. Thanks for organizing this. I almost can't believe you guys are still standing. I almost can't believe I'm still standing. But what I thought I'd do, so any of you watch sports? A lot of people watch sports around here. So, there are always those insufferable interviews after the game where the sports star usually says something completely uninteresting. And there are a couple great exceptions to that general description. But my favorite was the player formerly known as Ron Artest, now Meta World Peace. So for a couple years, I would sort of exhaustively read his post-game interviews, and then I would just copy and paste out the lines that I really liked, and I would just stick them in a sticky note on my desktop. And one day I was looking at that sticky note, and almost without any intervention on my part, it seemed to have kind of become a poem. Apologies to all poets in the room for offending you like that, but I liked the way it came together, so I kept playing with it a little bit, and the result is Erratic Fire, Erratic Passion, a poem assembled from Meta World Peace quotes. I don't shake substitution's hands. I lose my feet. I'd like to thank my psychiatrist. I felt something, but I didn't know it was an actual head. I knew somebody suffered something at that point. There were a lot of emotions in that game. I can't worry about that. I have to try to get the ball. Kobe passed me the ball. Kobe never passed me the ball. And I could hear Phil Jackson. He's the Zen master. So you can just hear him in your head saying, "Don't shoot, don't shoot." And bam, I shot it. I was lying down when I got hit with a liquid. Ice and glass on my chest and on my face. Nobody ever just threw anything at me, with the exception of a few times. After that, it was self-defense. I'll take the blame for that. It's my fault. Stunned, so stunned, it's stunning. Erratic fire, erratic passion. We maximize it by playing together, loving each other, caring for each other, kind of like the Care Bears. You know the Care Bears? They care for each other. I partied in July hard. You got to party. You can't just be a boring guy for 12 months, right? You got to party hard in July. Why are you staring at me, daughter? Did you throw that? Jack, you think we going to get in trouble? Let me see how I can answer your question without giving you a good quote. So I just I had this thing sitting on my desktop for a couple years, like I said, and then one day my friends sort of run this obscure Canadian literary sports website. And so I said, I wrote this thing with Meta World Peace, and do you want to run that or something? He said, sure, we'll run it. And then this weird thing happened, because there was like 8 hours in which that poem was picked up on websites sort of all over the web, you know? Like Sports Illustrated ran a piece on it, but the highest honor to me was my favorite basketball column, Ball Don't Lie, reprinted it. And the thing about sports websites is, unlike literary websites, they get lots of comments action. And I felt a little bit like I was cheating if I just stood up here and read someone else's stuff. So I figured I made this up for you, Jared. I took some of the comments to Erratic Fire, Erratic Passion, and made another little poem out of them. Apologies again to the poets. I thought poems needed to rhyme in some form. Fuck Duck say join Rodman as U.S. diplomats in NK. Meh, lame poem. 1/10 would not bang. If you don't like what I got to say, I'll come up in the stands and hit you today. A fake thug from a fake hood likes to fake like world of peace, amen. Ron Artest speaking gibberish, calling it poetry. I knew I'd regret clicking on this article.
Thank you.
Oh my God. That was great. Thank you, Jeff. That was so awesome.